What are some ways that you can find or re-find your inspiration? Stay tuned to find out.
Welcome.
Okay, here's the question.
Serious?
How are we dark horses? You know, the ones everyone is betting against, the ones they don't expect to win, place, or even show on the track, and they'll even laugh on us when we talk about trying. How do we show the world our greatness and triumph?
Come on.
Well, that's the question, and this podcast will give you the answers.
Let's go.
This is The Dark Horse Entrepreneur. My name is Tracy Brinkman.
And push it up.
What is up? What is up? What the hell is up, my dark horse friends and family? Welcome back to your ongoing dose of inspiration-inducing learning. I'm your dark horse host, Tracy Brinkman, and it doesn't matter. What's more important is who you are. You, my friend, are a driven entrepreneur, or maybe you're just one in the making. Either way, you're here because you're ready to start, restart, kickstart, and just start leveling up with some great marketing, personal, or business tips and results in order to build that beautiful business of yours into the empire it absolutely deserves to be. And that's why I'm here hitting you with yet another solo success episode coming to you straight from the Dark Horse HQ as we dive deep into success with actionable advice, tips, and steps designed to help you level up your life, your game, relationship game, business game, whatever game you happen to be playing. Because as we already know, there are no shortcuts to success except for taking those little steps towards your goal every single day. Now, as usual, this is the point where I ask you, hey, are you getting value from this podcast? And I think you are. And if you are, please go on down there and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Drop us a quick 5-star rating. Leave us some kind words in the reviews. It's these subscribes, ratings, or reviews that are your way to tell those podcast platforms out there that you are getting that value. So they'll lift us up a little bit in the rankings so that we can reach more driven entrepreneurs just like you. So please take a moment, show the love, and help spread the word. I appreciate you. All right, here's the deal. Life comes at you hard. Life comes at you fast. Life comes at you in an unrelenting fashion. Sometimes it throws you roses and grapes and cherries and ice cream and all those things we love. Sometimes it throws you right hooks, left turns, gut punches, and COVID, right? 1 minute you're sailing smoothly across tranquil seas. Next thing you know, you're in the raging storm being pitched to and fro. Life is just crazy like that, right? But here's my point about all that. I mean, through everything, there are times when you're just got this kid-like enthusiasm about something. I'm going after it. I'm excited. But as life continues to pitch you to and fro and make those left turns, right turns, gut punches, whatever it may be, that enthusiasm can dwindle and ebb and even disappear. I mean, sometimes life can literally beat the enthusiasm right out of you. And that can cause you to lose sight of your dream. Stop going after it. Yeah, you've probably felt this, right? You've had some dream. Maybe you've started it up and, you put in the effort, the blood, the sweat, the tears, and everything. You gathered the team. You raised the finances. You started off, and then life hits you, just smacked you right cold in the face, right? And you're like, man, why do I just want to keep doing this? And maybe you pick yourself up and dust yourself off and try again. Maybe you don't. I mean, we go through stages in life where we are inspired. Just, wow, it's, oh. And there are times when we're not so inspired. And those times when you feel lost or down, low, kind of feeling out of it, right? Giving up, my friend, should not be an option. It's not an option. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to whisper this in your ear. Giving up is not an option. Failure is not an option. Inspiration is what you need, right? The inspiration, because it brings out the innovation and the creativity that is lying dormant inside of you when you're not inspired, right? When you are inspired, you come up with all these great, amazing ideas, maybe even crazy ones that you have to table because there's no way to do them just yet. Maybe the tech's not there. Maybe the people aren't there. Maybe you're not there, right? But you come up with the ideas. When you're not inspired, it's just a struggle to get anything done. So, I got it, Tracy. I need inspiration. How do I get it? That's why I'm here. let's chat a bit about some places, some spaces where you can find inspiration. I think for me, one of the biggies is music. Music throughout my life. Now, maybe you're not a music person, and I'm sorry about that. Maybe you have something else. For me, music can be very inspiration. It'll take me right to a place where I was yesterday, 5 years ago, 20 years ago, 40 years ago. Yeah, I just dated myself. And, it could put a smile on my face and put a tear in my eye, right? It can make me pumped up and ready to fight. It can just totally chill me out. Whatever it is, music is very powerful. And I'm sure there are pieces of music, songs that resonate with you, that bring back an amazing memory, an inspirational memory, right? Find those pieces, whatever they may be. They could be Bach, they could be Chopin, right? They could be Run DMC, they could be Conway Twitty, they could be whoever, Faith Hill, Kiss, Five Finger Death Punch, whatever it is that is your thing. Find those pieces of music that move you to where you want to be moved and use them to do that. For others, maybe it's yoga and meditation, right? Something more centering, right? Get in tune with the world around you and, get aligned with the space and the universal flow of things to find that inspiration and possibilities. For some, it's something more exciting. For others, it's something more centering. One of the things I do enjoy is walks, and lucky enough to have lots and lots of wooded space around me. So, just go for a walk in nature, right? Just go for a walk first. But if you can go for a walk in nature, I think it's even more connecting. Sometimes we just have to disconnect from the electronic world. So when you go for this walk on nature, put your phone in your pocket. I'm not going to say don't bring it with you because you might need it, but put your phone in your pocket, right? Don't be sitting there scrolling through Instagram or TikTok or Facebook while you're, and ignoring all the beauty that is around you. Hear the birds singing, hear the frogs croaking, hear the rustling of the leaves, right? I think nature can allow us to reconnect to the inspiration that's laying inside of you. Yeah, it's there. You just got to tap into it. It may even be a place that you can find what you've lost and you can start to pick it up and move forward again, right? I think these different experiences will give you different ideas, bring up different emotions and excitements. All right, another one that can be very, and of course I'm speaking from my personal opinion, drawing, painting, heck, even using adult coloring books. We have an adult coloring book here in my home that uses the F word. Yeah, the F word of all things, and it uses it in humorous fashions. But I think that at the end of the day, each one of these activities is all about calming you, right? And even distracting you, and not in the television kind of way, right? It's able to distract you from the things that may be suppressing the very inspiration that you're trying to conjure up. It'll make room for that creativity. And things like drawing and painting, even if you aren't good at it, whatever, it allows you that chance to be inspired. I think another great thing that offers the chance to be inspired is to literally just let someone else inspire you. There are some amazing speakers out there that have done amazing things with their lives, in their lives, and then they share that. So you can go to just any good YouTube channel and find these amazing speakers. We're talking about the Jim Rohns, the Les Browns, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglars. The list goes on and on and on. And sometimes just being in the presence, even digitally, of someone who's both inspiring and have inspired themselves can rekindle that flame that's inside you that maybe has just kind of been flickering out for a while, right? See, the important thing here is that you continue to harness the feeling and don't let it slip away as time passes, right? Here's the thing. We've heard the phrase, the burning fires within. Inspiration is like that fire, and you have to keep throwing kindle on that fire every day, throughout the day, to keep it burning. Otherwise, it just kind of fades away, right? And you can't stand there at the stove of life and say, give me heat and I'll put wood in you. It doesn't work that way. You're going to have to put the wood in there. You're going to have to light that sucker up, get it stoked, get it burning. Then you can look at it and say, give me heat and I'll get fire in you. And it's like, it's already given you heat. You don't have to say it then. But anyway, you get what I mean. Okay, good. At the same time, maybe you're not a video person, right? Maybe you're more of a reader. You could take the same concept of watching the videos by going out to all the blogs and article networks that are out there and read things from writers on topics that interest you, that light you up, that inspire you. I mean, it's so simple, right? To go out there and read new perspectives and get new angles of thought that you're like, whoa, I never thought about it that way, right? Because here's the thing, if you think about it, we all as individuals go after our problems, our inspirations, our businesses, our relationships from different angles, from different viewpoints, because we've all traveled a slightly different road. I mean, my father was a twin. Him and his brother were probably very much, well, I say from the stories I've heard, they were very much the same for probably into their elementary years. Then their personalities really began to shift and change. And by the time I got to know them and through the years that I continued to know them, they're completely different people. They had traveled the same life and they still began to form slight differences in their characters and their mannerisms and the things that they saw in life. So if you can get out there and read or watch those videos, you can get new inspiration from a new angle of perspective, from a new angle of attack on someone's viewpoint on things. Oh, and I almost forgot when we were talking about drawing and painting and even adult coloring books earlier. Here's something I found very inspirational. Maybe you could too. Try a hobby that you think you suck at. Here's what I mean by that. So way back when, I do like to sit down and scribble and draw every once in a while. I am, however, red-green colorblind. And so early in my life, when I started drawing and coloring into drawings, quite often people would make negative comments about some of the color combinations because of my eyes. So I saw them differently, right? I would draw, a house in the field and make the grass green, and someone's asking me, why is your grass brown? Or, why is your grass this or that? Anyway, so that really kind of, I guess subconsciously you could say, kept me from really delving into the color side of drawing. Man, I can pencil sketch like nobody's business. But when it came to putting colors together on a piece of paper, on a canvas, I kind of shied away from that. Didn't like that criticism. So probably in my 30s, I decided I was going to try oil paints. And I stumbled across this Bob Ross kit. And I believe it was at Michael's where I found it. And I thought, okay, Bob Ross rocks. He's the shit. Okay. He's kind of cool with his little friends. All right. Anyway, so I took the kit home and went down into my garage by myself, set up the easel and began to paint. And the first one I thought, man, this is awesome. When I look at it now and think, well, it was okay. But my third one with the mountain and the river and the trees and the sky. And I was like, whoa, this is awesome. Because I went to step by step. So I was inspired by the first one that I did, that when I looked at it, I thought, this is amazing. I actually did something with colors that looks beautiful. I was inspired to do two more, and I just kind of shied away from it from there. But the point is, pick up a hobby you think you suck at. And as you move along, don't critique yourself. Just enjoy the creative flow that comes from sucking at it. You're like, I already suck at it. I'm not going to worry about it. And just enjoy the inspiration that comes from just letting your creative juices flow. All right. And then let's flip that on completely on its ear, and let's look at something you think you're pretty good at, or that maybe even you're not pretty good at it, but you just flippin' enjoy doing it. Get out there and teach someone else that thing that you enjoy. And because you enjoy it, your creative juices will flow, your inspiration will flow as they're teaching them. And as you see them light up enjoying the very thing that you enjoy, that is going to light you up. All right, what are some other ways? Volunteering. I've done lots of volunteer work over the years. I think it's an amazing thing to do, and it doesn't have to be volunteering at a homeless shelter or anything like that. It could be any kind of volunteering, right? And be going, and when it's time to vote in your area, being a poll worker or just someone that stands there and ushers people in, and whatever volunteer opportunities arise. I think one of the coolest ones I got to do from a celebrity status was when Anthony Robbins came to town in Atlanta back in, late 90s, I think it was. I volunteered to be one of those guys that usher you around to your seats and everything. And for that, I got free tickets to the show and behind the scenes and all stuff, which was really cool. I really enjoyed that. But I think it was being able to engage with all the people is what I really enjoyed. Of course, I've volunteered and gone painting schools and, fed needy folks and what have you. And you get a different kind of inspiration from that at the same time. So whatever volunteering rings true with you, get out there and do it. And I think another thing you'll find is when you're doing volunteer work, it'll help light up some appreciation inside you, right? Appreciation for the little things that you have that maybe others do not. And let's go about appreciation for a moment. Here's another way to fire up some inspiration. Spend some time across a day, a weekend, or whatever, that when you meet someone or see someone, or you go to the office and you engage with some of your fellow workmates, say something you appreciate about them. You know what, John? You know what I appreciate about you? You're into the details and you always share that, and you're open to different opinions. I don't know, whatever it is you appreciate about them, it will shift your focus a little bit from any negative Nelly things you may have going on in your head and put you in a more positive space, which certainly will open you up for more inspiration and creativity. And I think the last one I want to leave you with here before I let you go is give yourself time to disconnect. Obviously, a few of these examples are clear disconnect times, but I want you to close the laptop, right? Put down the phone, turn off the TV, pick up a journal, whatever it is, let your mind wander, let yourself think, imagine the possibilities, walk out in nature, grab that crayon and color in that coloring book, grab the oil paints like I mentioned earlier. Here's what'll happen is you're letting your juices just flow. Some of the things that you've been thinking of or struggles you've been battling, your creativity will enable you to come up with a solution. It may not be the perfect solution. It may not even be the right solution. But the point is, as you disconnect and your inspiration begins to flow, other ideas will begin to pop in. You're going to want to give yourself this kind of time on a regular basis. We all get too caught up in all this shit that's going on everywhere, right? That we don't allow ourselves to clear our minds and tap into the very thing that inspires us. I want you to stay inspired, my friend. All right. Now, I know it's Monday and we were supposed to have a guest on today, but man, as you can probably hear in my voice, I wasn't going to be able to do it justice, and I didn't want my guest opportunity to be ruined by the sound of my voice and the, hay fever that I'm battling right now. So as soon as I'm able, I will get that right back out to you, but I didn't want to go a day where you were expecting to hear from me and not hear from me, because I want to be that little birdie of inspiration in your world, and hopefully I can bring something in that helps you, all right, that you get that value. All right, my friend, I'm going to leave you as I always do. Think successfully and take action.
Thank you for listening to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
And you know this!
Thanks for tuning in.
Check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
All right.
My name is Tracy Brinkman.